Archangel Michael says, your breakthrough is standing at your door, open it now. Beloved, I need you to understand what is happening on the other side of the door of your life right now. Because Archangel Michael says what is standing there is not something you have been waiting for in the distant future. It is not something that is still being prepared in the spirit realm. It is not something that is approaching from far away. It is already there. Standing at the door of your life. Right now. In this moment. The breakthrough that has had your name on it since before you were born. The answer to the prayer that has been the most persistent and the most costly prayer of your life. The provision that the next chapter requires. The restoration that the hardest season was always building toward. The open door that the closed doors were always redirecting you toward. All of it is standing at your door right now. And the only thing between you and everything that is standing there is the act of opening. Archangel Michael says, beloved, I have been dispatched with an urgent word because heaven sees what you cannot see from inside your circumstances. You have been looking for the breakthrough in the distance. Expecting it to announce itself from far away with enough warning to prepare for its arrival. But the breakthrough does not always announce itself from a distance. Sometimes it simply arrives. And stands at the door. Waiting. And the person who does not know it is there keeps looking for it in the distance while what they were looking for is already present. That is what has been happening. The breakthrough arrived. While you were looking for it in the future, it came and stood at your door in the present. And today Michael has been sent to knock. To say it is here. Stop looking in the distance. Open the door. It is standing right there. Tap the like button right now if you believe that your breakthrough is closer than you have been allowing yourself to believe. Because the belief that it is close is what positions you to open the door when heaven knocks. And drop a comment below and type open if you are ready to open the door to the breakthrough that has been standing there longer than you knew. Just that one word. Open. Because the readiness to open is itself the beginning of the opening. Why your breakthrough is standing at your door right now. Beloved, before we go into what opening looks like, Archangel Michael says he needs to establish why the breakthrough that has been coming is now standing at the door rather than still approaching from a distance. Because understanding why it is here now is going to give you the confidence to open rather than the hesitation of someone who is not sure if what is knocking is actually what they have been waiting for. The first reason your breakthrough is standing at your door right now is because the preparation is complete. Beloved, every significant breakthrough is preceded by a preparation season that develops in the recipient the specific capacity that the breakthrough requires. The faith that can sustain it. The character that can steward it. The wisdom that can multiply it. The healing that allows it to be received without the wounds of the previous season distorting what arrives. And the preparation that your breakthrough required has been happening through every chapter of this season. Through the difficulty. Through the waiting. Through the testing of faith. Through the healing of wounds. Through the development of the character that the breakthrough needs to find when it arrives. Michael says, beloved, the preparation is complete. The breakthrough is not waiting for more preparation. The preparation produced what it needed to produce. And the breakthrough moved to the door. The second reason is because the timing in the spirit realm is exactly right. Beloved, divine breakthroughs do not arrive ahead of their appointed time. They arrive exactly at the moment when the conditions in the spirit realm are perfectly aligned for them to be received and to produce what they were designed to produce. And something in the spirit realm has shifted. An alignment has been completed. The people who are part of how the breakthrough expresses itself in your natural life have been moved into position. The circumstances that need to surround the breakthrough for it to land in the way God intends have been arranged. The door that was being prepared has been fully prepared. And the timing is exactly right. Which is why the breakthrough is standing there right now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Today. Because today is the appointed time. The third reason is because the enemy's ability to delay it has been exhausted. Beloved, the breakthrough that belongs to your life has been on its way for a season. And the enemy has been working in the spirit realm to delay its delivery. To create resistance in the path of what was coming. To manufacture obstacles that slowed the approach of what was always coming. But there is a limit to how long the enemy can successfully delay what God has decreed. And that limit has been reached. The delay that was being enforced in the spirit realm has run out of the space God allowed it to occupy. And what was delayed is now standing at your door with the force of everything that was built up behind the delay. The breakthrough did not just arrive. It arrived with momentum. And momentum produces impact. The fourth reason is because your faith knocked on heaven's door and heaven is answering at your door. Beloved, the specific faith you have been exercising in this season. The choice to keep believing when the evidence was thin. The prayers offered in the seasons when the praying felt like it was going nowhere. The declarations made in the moments when the circumstances were arguing against what you were declaring. The giving that continued when the resources were limited. The faithfulness that remained when nothing in the visible realm was rewarding the faithfulness. All of that was knocking on heaven's door from your side. And what knocks on heaven's door eventually receives an answer. And the answer to your persistent faith is standing at your door right now. You knocked on heaven's door with your faith. Heaven is answering at your door with your breakthrough. The fifth reason is because the people connected to your breakthrough are ready to receive what your breakthrough releases. Beloved, your breakthrough is not only for you. It is going to release something into the lives of the people connected to you that they have been waiting for. The family member whose situation is tied to yours. The community that is going to benefit from what your breakthrough enables. The person who has been watching your faithfulness in the difficult season and who is going to have their own faith activated when they see your breakthrough arrive. Those people are ready. And the readiness of the people downstream from your breakthrough is part of why the breakthrough is standing at your door right now. Because God moves the blessing when the channels through which it will flow are ready to receive and release it. The sixth reason is because the testimony of your breakthrough is needed in this specific moment. Beloved, the world around you right now needs the testimony of a person who waited through a long season and received their breakthrough at exactly the right time. There are people in your sphere who are in the middle of their own long seasons. Who are close to the edge of giving up. Who need to see what God does for the people who hold on. And the timing of your breakthrough is partly the timing of what the people around you need to see. God releases breakthroughs when the testimony they produce is most needed. And the testimony of your breakthrough is most needed right now. By the specific people in your specific circle. Open the door. Not just for yourself. For them. And the seventh reason your breakthrough is standing at your door right now is the most personal of all. Because God decided the waiting was long enough. Beloved, ultimately the reason the breakthrough is standing at your door is not strategic or theological. It is personal. God looked at the weight of what you have been carrying. At the length of the season. At the cost of the faithfulness that continued through it. At the specific price you paid to keep believing when believing was the hardest thing. And he decided enough. The season has produced what it was designed to produce. The waiting has accomplished what waiting was designed to accomplish. And love does not delay longer than love can stand to delay. God said enough. And the breakthrough moved to your door. Because He loves you. And what He loves He provides for. In the appointed time. Which is now. Beloved, right here I want you to drop a comment and type what is on the other side of your door. What is the breakthrough you have been waiting for? Not all the details. Just the category. Financial. Relational. Health. Purpose. Restoration. Family. Just the word that names what has been standing at your door. Because naming it is the act of faith that completes the positioning for receiving it. Comment below what your breakthrough contains. Beloved, Archangel Michael says he wants to describe what is actually standing at your door. What the breakthrough contains. Because a breakthrough that you cannot recognize when it arrives is a breakthrough you might not fully receive. And there are 7 dimensions of what is standing at your door right now. The first dimension of your breakthrough is a financial shift that changes the equation of your life. Beloved, the financial dimension of the breakthrough that is standing at your door is not a minor improvement in your current situation. It is a shift. A movement from one financial reality to a qualitatively different one. From the pressure of not enough to the peace of more than enough. From the anxiety of scarcity to the confidence of provision. From the constant calculation of whether the resources will stretch to the freedom of a life that is resourced for the purpose it was designed for. The channel through which this financial shift arrives may not be the one you have been watching. It is likely coming from a direction you were not expecting. Through a connection you did not anticipate. Through an opportunity that was being prepared while you were watching the wrong doors. But it is here. Standing at your door. The financial dimension of the breakthrough is real. And it is waiting to be received. The second dimension is a relational restoration that heals what was broken. Beloved, the breakthrough contains a relational component that is going to address something that has been unresolved. A relationship that was fractured and that seemed beyond the point of healing. A family bond that distance had made feel permanent. A friendship that a misunderstanding damaged in a way that neither party knew how to address. A connection that was severed by circumstances that neither person chose. The breakthrough contains the grace for restoration. The softening of a heart that had hardened. The opening of a conversation that had been closed. The return of something that was taken by the difficulty of a complicated season. The relational dimension of the breakthrough is standing at your door. And what is restored through it is going to be stronger than what existed before the breaking. The third dimension is a health breakthrough that renews your strength. Beloved, the breakthrough contains healing. For the places that have been under pressure. The physical situation that has been concerning you. The emotional exhaustion that the long season produced. The mental weariness of carrying more than a mind was designed to carry indefinitely. The spiritual depletion of a season that asked everything and gave back less than what was given. The breakthrough contains renewal for all of it. Not in a vague spiritual sense. In the practical measurable experience of feeling genuinely better than you have felt in a long time. The health dimension of the breakthrough is standing at your door. And what enters when you open is going to make the depletion feel like it is finally being addressed at the source. The fourth dimension is an open door for your purpose. Beloved, the breakthrough contains a door for the calling that has been developing. The opportunity that aligns with the gifts that have been deepening. The platform that matches the message that has been forming. The territory that was always assigned to your calling. The connection that carries you from where you have been to where you were always designed to go. The open door for purpose is standing at your door right now. Not in the future. Now. And what is on the other side of it is the fullest expression yet of the assignment that God wrote over your life before you were born. The purpose breakthrough is standing there, waiting for you to open it. The fifth dimension is supernatural acceleration of what has been moving slowly. Beloved, one of the most immediate characteristics of the breakthrough when it arrives is the acceleration that comes with it. Things that have been moving at the pace of the delay begin to move at the pace of the release. Doors that required years of preparation begin to open in weeks. Connections that would have taken months to develop reach depth in days. Provision that seemed like it was going to trickle in over a long period arrives in a surge. Opportunities that were forming slowly crystallize suddenly. The acceleration is one of the most unmistakable signatures of a breakthrough that has arrived. And when you begin to notice that things are moving faster than they were moving, you will know that the door has been opened and the breakthrough has entered. The sixth dimension is the peace that passes understanding settling over your life. Beloved, the breakthrough does not only bring provision and healing and purpose and restoration and acceleration. It brings peace. The specific peace that Paul described as surpassing all understanding. The peace that does not depend on the circumstances being resolved before it arrives. The peace that settles into the places that have been most unsettled in the difficult season. The peace of a person who has opened their door and discovered that what was standing there was more than they hoped for and exactly what they needed. That peace is part of the breakthrough. And it arrives the moment the door opens. Before any of the other dimensions have fully manifested. The first thing the breakthrough releases when the door opens is peace. And the peace itself is confirmation that what entered through the door was the right thing. And the seventh dimension is the joy that comes when the long wait is finally over. Beloved, the breakthrough contains joy. The specific, extravagant, disproportionate joy of someone who has been waiting a long time and who discovers that what they waited for is finally here. The joy that the prodigal's father expressed by throwing a feast. The joy that the woman who found the lost coin expressed by calling her neighbors together to celebrate. The joy that the shepherd who found the lost sheep expressed by carrying it home on his shoulders rejoicing. That quality of joy. Disproportionate to what would be considered a reasonable response to the size of the blessing. Because the joy of a breakthrough is not proportional to the blessing. It is proportional to the length and the cost of the waiting. And your waiting has been long enough and costly enough that the joy of the breakthrough is going to be the largest joy you have experienced in a very long time. It is standing at your door. And when you open it, the joy is going to be the first sound that comes out of you. God bless you, beloved. Someone is going to find this message today who has been waiting for their breakthrough for years. They almost did not press play. But something pulled them toward it. And this word is going to meet them right where they are because someone like you gave today. You are not just a viewer. You are a sender. Every seed you plant becomes the word that reaches the next person whose breakthrough is standing at their door and who needed to hear it announced before they could open it. Scan the QR code on your screen right now or use the link in the description below. $5 or $10 or $25 or $50 or $100. Give what God is putting on your heart. And when you give, say out loud, I am sending this breakthrough announcement forward. Because beloved, that is exactly what you are doing. How to open the door. Beloved, Archangel Michael says that the breakthrough is standing at the door. But the door does not open by itself. There is an act of opening required. And there are 7 specific things you can do right now to open the door to what is standing on the other side. The first thing is declare it out loud. Beloved, the spoken declaration of what you believe is one of the primary mechanisms through which what is established in the spirit realm becomes established in the natural realm. Say out loud right now that your breakthrough is standing at your door. Say it with the conviction of someone who has heard the announcement from heaven and who believes it enough to say it before they see it. My breakthrough is at the door. I open it now. I receive what God has sent. That declaration is an act of opening. And the door begins to move when the declaration is made. The second thing is take one step in the direction the breakthrough is pointing. Beloved, breakthrough does not flow into stillness. It flows into movement. And the movement that opens the door is often a specific step in a specific direction. The application that was waiting to be submitted. The conversation that was waiting to be initiated. The prayer that was waiting to be prayed with renewed conviction. The seed that was waiting to be planted. The relationship that was waiting for a specific gesture of reconnection. The call that needed to be made. Take the step. Whatever the specific step is that you have been hovering near but not quite taking. Take it today. Because the step is the opening. And what flows through the open door is the breakthrough that was waiting on the other side. The third thing is give with open hands. Beloved, the posture of generosity is one of the most powerful door-opening postures available to a human being. Closed hands cannot receive what God sends. And the breakthrough that is standing at your door needs open hands to flow through when the door opens. Give today. Whatever is in your hand. From your finances. From your time. From your prayer. From your encouragement. From your presence. Give from what you have and give with the open hands that signal to heaven that you are ready to receive what is coming. The giving opens the hands. And open hands receive the breakthrough. The fourth thing is forgive what needs to be forgiven. Beloved, unforgiveness is one of the most consistent obstacles between a person and their breakthrough. It occupies the space in the spirit that the breakthrough was designed to fill. It creates a resistance in the atmosphere around a life that makes it harder for what God sends to land completely. If there is something that needs to be forgiven in your life right now, a person, a situation, a version of yourself that failed in a way you have been holding against yourself, release it. Today. Not because what happened was acceptable. Because the breakthrough is more important than the unforgiveness. And the releasing of unforgiveness is one of the most powerful acts of door opening available to you right now. The fifth thing is position yourself in expectation, not just in hope. Beloved, there is a difference between hoping for something and expecting it. Hope says, I wish this would happen. Expectation says, I know is happening. And the posture of expectation positions you to receive what is coming in a way that the posture of hope cannot. Position yourself in genuine expectation. Not the manufactured excitement of someone trying to feel something they do not actually feel. The settled, confident expectation of someone who has heard the announcement from heaven that the breakthrough is standing at the door and who has decided to believe it. Expectation positions you to open the door. And the opening that comes from genuine expectation produces a receiving that is more complete than what hope alone produces. The sixth thing is thank God for what is standing at the door before the door is fully open. Beloved, advance thanksgiving is one of the highest expressions of faith available to a human being. It says, I believe what was announced enough to thank God for it before I can fully see it. Begin thanking God right now for the financial breakthrough, for the relational restoration, for the health renewal, for the open door of purpose, for the acceleration, for the peace, for the joy. Thank Him for all of it, before any of it is fully visible. Because the faith that thanks before it sees is the faith that opens the door most completely. And the door that opens most completely receives the fullness of what was standing on the other side. And the seventh thing is share the announcement with someone who needs it. Beloved, one of the most powerful door-opening acts is the sharing of what you have received with someone who needs to receive it. When you tell another person that you heard from heaven that your breakthrough is standing at your door, two things happen. You reinforce your own faith by speaking the announcement again. And you create the possibility that your sharing is the announcement that positions someone else to open their own door. Share it, beloved, today, with someone in your life who has been waiting for their breakthrough and who needs to hear that it is closer than they know. Because your sharing is your faith in action. And faith in action is what opens every door that heaven has placed before you. 7 breakthrough moments in Scripture when everything changed at the door. Beloved, I want to show you 7 moments in Scripture when someone stood at a door and the opening of it changed everything. Because the pattern of breakthrough arriving at a door that needs to be opened is one of the most consistent patterns in the entire Bible. The first is when the angel stood at Peter's door in prison. Peter was chained between 2 soldiers. The chains fell off. The angel let him past the first guard and the second. And they came to the iron gate leading to the city, and it opened for them by itself. And they went through it and walked the length of one street. And the angel left him. And when Peter came to himself, he said, "Now I know without a doubt that the Lord has sent his angel and rescued me." The door opened by itself. Because the breakthrough was ready and the angel led Peter to it and it opened. Your breakthrough is being led to you by the same kind of divine escort. And the door is about to open. The second is when Ruth stood at the door of Boaz's field. Ruth came to glean in the field of Boaz, not knowing whose field it was. She simply went to a field and began working. And Boaz came from Bethlehem and greeted his workers and then asked his foreman, "Who does that young woman belong to?" And the foreman told him about Ruth. And Boaz went to her and said, "My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here." Ruth did not know the door of her breakthrough was the field she chose to work in. The breakthrough arrived at the door of her faithfulness. And it opened into a restoration that exceeded everything loss had taken. The third is when the disciples stood at the door of the upper room. On the day of Pentecost they were all together in one place. And suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They did not go out looking for what arrived. They were gathered, positioned, waiting as they had been told to wait. And the breakthrough came to them. It came through the door of their obedience and their gathering and their 10 days of prayer. And what came through that door changed the world. The fourth is when Cornelius stood at the door of his prayers. Cornelius was praying when an angel appeared to him. "Your prayers and gifts to the poor have come up as a memorial offering before God. Now send men to Joppa to bring back a man named Simon who is called Peter. The door of breakthrough opened at the intersection of Cornelius's prayers and God's timing. And what came through that door was not just a messenger. It was the gospel. And Cornelius and his entire household received what changed everything for them and for the Gentile world that would follow them into faith. The fifth is when Bartimaeus stood at the door of his one moment. Blind Bartimaeus was sitting by the roadside begging. And when he heard that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by, he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." The crowd rebuked him and told him to be quiet. But he shouted all the more. And Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called to the blind man, "Cheer up, on your feet, he is calling you." And Bartimaeus threw his cloak aside, jumped to his feet and came to Jesus. He recognized his one moment. His door. His breakthrough standing at the edge of the road. And he threw aside what was keeping him from getting to it and he went. Your breakthrough moment is here. And like Bartimaeus, you need to throw aside what is keeping you from moving toward it and go. The sixth is when the 10 lepers stood at the door of their obedience. 10 lepers called out to Jesus from a distance, "Jesus, have pity on us." And Jesus said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." And as they went, they were cleansed. The breakthrough did not happen when they asked. It happened as they went. The going was the opening. The obedience to move before the healing was visible was the door-opening act. And as they moved, the breakthrough met them on the way. Your breakthrough is going to meet you as you move. Not before. As you go. Take the step. And watch what meets you on the way. And the seventh is you. Right now. At your door. Beloved, I want to name you in this list. Because the breakthrough that is standing at your door right now is as real as every breakthrough I just described. The same God who sent the angel to Peter's prison door. Who brought Boaz to the field where Ruth was gleaning. Who filled the upper room at Pentecost. Who sent the angel to Cornelius's prayer. Who stopped for Bartimaeus. Who healed the 10 lepers as they walked. That same God has brought your breakthrough to your door. Right now. Today. And the act of opening is yours to take. Declare it. Step toward it. Give with open hands. Forgive what needs to be forgiven. Position in expectation. Thank God in advance. And share the announcement. Open the door, beloved. Everything that was waiting on the other side is ready to come through. God bless you. Until next time. 7 declarations for the one who is opening the door. Beloved, I want to close this message by speaking 7 declarations directly over your life. Over the door. Over the breakthrough that is standing there. Over the act of opening that is happening right now. And over everything that flows through the open door into the life that was always being built toward this moment. Declaration 1. I declare that my breakthrough is standing at my door right now. Not in the distance. Not still approaching. Here. Now. At the door of my life. And I am opening it. Not tomorrow. Not when I feel more ready. Now. The door is opening. The breakthrough is entering. And I receive everything it is carrying. Declaration 2. I declare that the financial dimension of my breakthrough is flowing through the open door right now. The shift from pressure to peace. From not enough to more than enough. From scarcity to the abundance that was always coming. It is here. I receive it with open hands and a grateful heart. And I commit to being a channel through which what arrives flows forward into the lives of the people around me. Declaration 3. I declare that the relational restoration that is part of my breakthrough is arriving through the open door. The healing of what was broken. The return of what was taken. The softening of what had hardened. The conversation that needed to happen is being arranged. The heart that needed to open is opening. I receive the relational breakthrough and I cooperate with the healing by releasing every unforgiveness that stood in its way. Declaration 4. I declare that the open door of my purpose is the breakthrough that has come. The calling is activating. The assignment is expressing itself at a new level. The territory is opening. The impact is expanding. And what I was always made to do is finding the context in which it can be most fully done. I step through the purpose door with everything I have been built to carry. Declaration 5. I declare that the acceleration that comes with a breakthrough is active in my life right now. Things are moving faster than they were moving. Doors are opening with less effort than they required before. Connections are reaching depth in days that would have taken months. Opportunities are crystallizing suddenly. The acceleration is the signature of what just entered through the open door. And I am moving with it. Not against it. Declaration 6. I declare that the joy of the breakthrough that is finally here is the most complete joy I have felt in a long time. The disproportionate extravagant joy of someone who waited and did not give up and who opened the door and found that what was standing there was everything that was promised and more than everything that was imagined. That joy is mine. Right now. Rising in my spirit. Overflowing into everything and everyone around me. The waiting is over. The breakthrough is here. And the joy is real. Declaration 7. I declare that what came through my open door today is going to flow through me to everyone connected to me. The breakthrough is not only for me. It is going to release something into my family. Into my community. Into the lives of the people who have been watching my faithfulness and waiting for evidence that the God who promised is the God who delivers. They are about to see that evidence. In what God does through me in this breakthrough season. I receive the breakthrough for myself. And I release it forward for everyone it was also sent for. The door is open. The breakthrough has entered. And what it produces is going to be one of the most significant chapters of my life. God bless you, beloved. Until next time. The closing word from Archangel Michael. Beloved, as we close today, I want to release the final word that heaven sent with this announcement. He says, beloved, I was sent to tell you that your breakthrough is standing at your door. Not to frighten you. Not to pressure you. To announce what has arrived. Because sometimes what has arrived stands at the door longer than necessary because the person inside does not know it is there. And today heaven decided you needed to know. He says, beloved, open the door. Not because something terrible will happen if you do not. Because something beautiful is waiting to enter if you do. The breakthrough that has your name on it. The provision that was calibrated to your need and your assignment. The restoration that was always coming for the relationships that matter most. The renewal that the depletion of the long season has been building toward. The acceleration that the removal of the delay is going to release. The peace that has been standing on the other side of the door waiting to settle over your spirit. And the joy that belongs to the person who waited and held on and opened the door when heaven knocked. Open it, beloved. Right now. with the declaration, with the step, with the open hand, with the released unforgiveness, with the expectation, with the advanced thanksgiving, and with the sharing that sends the announcement forward to the next person whose breakthrough is also standing at their door and who needs to hear it announced before they can open it. The door is open. The breakthrough has entered. And what happens next in your story is the evidence of what was always standing there, waiting for this moment. God bless you, beloved. Until next time. And please share this message with someone who has been waiting for their breakthrough and who needs to know it is standing at their door right now. Your share might be the knock that helps them open it. God bless you. And before you go, would you seal this breakthrough moment with a seed? $5 or 10 or 25 or 50 or 100. Whatever is in your hand right now. Scan the QR code on your screen or use the link in the description below. And as you give, declare out loud, my breakthrough is here. The door is open. And I am receiving everything God sent. That declaration, beloved, is the declaration of someone who opened the door. And what flows through an open door is everything heaven prepared for the person who was willing to open it. God bless you, beloved. Until next time. Why some people miss what is standing at their door. Beloved Archangel Michael says there is one more important thing to address before this message closes. Why some people miss what is standing at their door even after the announcement has been made. Because the announcement alone does not guarantee the receiving. And there are 7 specific reasons why people sometimes miss what God has brought to their door. And knowing these reasons is going to help you make sure you are not one of them. The first reason people miss what is standing at their door is they are looking for it in a different form. Beloved, the breakthrough that God sends does not always look like the breakthrough you have been imagining. It may arrive through a person you were not expecting to be part of the answer. Through an opportunity that does not look like what you thought opportunity looked like. Through a circumstance that initially feels like a setback but that is actually the breakthrough taking the form that gets past the defenses you had built around the doors you were watching. Stay open to the form the breakthrough takes. Because what matters is not whether it matches your imagination but whether it matches what God designed. And what God designs is always better than what we imagine. The second reason is they open the door partially and then close it again. Beloved, some people open the door to their breakthrough just far enough to see that something is there and then retreat. Fear of what the receiving requires. Fear of the change that the breakthrough will produce. Fear of the vulnerability of fully having something you wanted so badly in case it is taken away. And the partial opening produces a partial receiving. God is not asking for a partial opening. He is asking for a full one. Open the door completely. Let what is standing there come all the way through. Receive it with the fullness of the faith that opened the door in the first place. The third reason is they are too busy talking about the breakthrough to receive it. Beloved, there is a form of engagement with the idea of breakthrough that substitutes for the actual experience of receiving it. The constant conversation about what God is going to do. The repeating of the promises. The sharing of every encouraging word with everyone who will listen. And in the busyness of all that talking, the actual receiving gets lost. Because receiving requires a stillness that talking prevents. When the door opens, be still enough to actually receive what comes through it. Stop describing it long enough to experience it. The fourth reason is they receive part of it and stop. Beloved, some breakthroughs are not single events. They are flows. And the flow continues beyond the initial moment of opening if the door stays open. But some people receive the first wave of the breakthrough and then close the door again, satisfied with what arrived without realizing that what arrived was the beginning of the flow rather than the entirety of it. Keep the door open, beloved. What started flowing when the door opened is designed to keep flowing. And what keeps flowing produces more than what arrived in the initial moment. The fifth reason is they do not steward what enters. Beloved, a breakthrough that enters through an open door and is not stewarded well does not sustain itself. The financial provision that is received but not managed with wisdom. The relational restoration that is received but not tended with care. The open door of purpose that is received but not walked through with consistency. The health renewal that is received but not maintained with the disciplines that preserve it. Steward what enters through the open door. Because what is stewarded well multiplies. And what is not stewarded diminishes. The receiving is the beginning. The stewarding is what makes the receiving last. The sixth reason is they forget to share what came through. Beloved, the breakthrough that enters your life is not designed to stay only in your life. It is designed to flow through you. And a breakthrough that does not flow forward eventually stagnates. The testimony of your breakthrough shared with the people around you is what keeps the flow moving. The generosity that flows from what arrived is what keeps the supply coming. The encouragement that you give to the next person who is still waiting is what keeps the spirit of breakthrough alive in your environment. Share what came through the door, beloved. Because sharing is what keeps the door open. And the seventh reason people miss what is standing at their door is the simplest and the most preventable. They did not know it was there. Beloved, that is why this message was sent. So that you would know. The breakthrough is standing at your door. Now you know. And now that you know, the only question is whether you will open it. Heaven has done its part. The breakthrough has been prepared. It has been carried to your door. It has been announced. Everything that heaven could do to make sure you received it has been done. The rest belongs to you. Open the door, beloved. Everything that was waiting on the other side has been waiting long enough. And the God who prepared it is more ready than you know to see you receive it. Open it. Right now. The time is here. God bless you, beloved. Until next time.